Hey guys, it's Gemini Empress back again with another pick a card reading. Yes, I'm wearing the same top because I film these videos all in the same day and I'm just uploading them on different days. So we're here to find out what your past bullies are, how they're seeing you, how they're viewing you right now. This was a requested reading, so of course this may not resonate with everyone because not everybody's been in this situation, not everybody's in contact with their bullies or whatnot. But for those who are, this is strongly likely to resonate. So really meditate and pick pile 1, which is the pink nail polish, pile 2, which is the clearless nail polish, and pile 3, which is the glittery nail polish. Really meditate and let's go. Okay, so if you picked, for those who picked pile 1, the pink nail polish, we have Knight of Cups and 3 of Wands. So this is just how they're viewing you. And this is what they're up to. This is what your bullies are up to. So we have No Place Like Home, which is number 50, which is 5, basically, from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Then we have Fork in the Road, which is 13, which is basically 4. That's what your bullies are up to. And here's what they want to tell you. Give more, which is 23, which is basically 5. So I'm getting a song, Who's Laughing Now? Like, I think that song is aimed at you. Who's Laughing Now by Jessie J. It's about like someone who's like, it's about like how she was bullied as a child and now like she's so famous and popular and rich and now everybody wants to come back at her and she's just like, well, who's laughing now, bitch? You know? Your bully is starting to see you as somebody who's very like mature, strong, very mature, emotionally mature, mentally mature, quite balanced, reserved but balanced, compassionate, a fair person. And they're also seeing as very like, you're very classy, like you know when to like not entertain something, like you're too immature, not you're immature, sorry, they're immature, you're mature, and you know when to turn your back to things that don't serve you. Like you are the type of person who doesn't believe in karma, like not, okay, let me rephrase that. When I say don't believe in karma, I don't mean as in you don't believe it's real, but you don't believe that you should initiate karma. You're very balanced and mature, like you feel like the universe will get karma like on that person. You don't have to initiate it. You don't have to inflict karma. They're seeing as very mature and you know when to walk away from things when you need to walk away from them, and you're just more focused on your own life, on your own goals. You don't even pay them attention. They feel like you have your back turned to them and you just it's like, bye Felicia, like you don't even think about them. You're just a well-balanced, mature person who knows when to turn their back on things because you're very classy and you just believe that, you don't have any regrets because you're a good person. It's just like they're even seeing you as a good person. They feel like you don't need to get karma. You don't need to do anything because the universe has got your back, and they see you in that light. But what's going on with their life is they're going through some troubles. They've been going through some troubles. They may not reflect about this 24/7, but when they're in conflict and they're in trouble, they do reflect and think, oh my God, like maybe if I hadn't treated so-and-so badly, I wouldn't be feeling like this. So we have Fork in the Road, and they've been in trouble for quite some time because 4 is a number of stability, and I feel like this constant feeling of suffering, of issues, of barriers has been, and obstacles I can't even speak. They can't even speak probably. Like they've been in troubled waters for many years, for quite some time, but they don't realize it's because of like what they may have done to you or may have done to others. They think that they're just unlucky. But I feel like this is the universe teaching them a lesson, and they're not really learning the lesson. That's why they're refusing to get out of this situation. That's why they're always going to be in like troubled waters, like obstacles, problems, because there's a lesson they need to learn from how they treated you and how they treated other people, but they're not learning it. That's why they're going to stay in the situation until they learn it. There needs to be a change. And I feel like they've become comfortable in this energy because we have no place like home. So they're just someone who's just used to getting a lot of bad luck, a lot of problems in their life because they're refusing to learn from their mistakes, from how they treated you and how they treated others. But what they want to tell you is they want to tell you that they're trying. They wish that they could have given more. They wish that they had a justified reason for bullying you, but they didn't. They wish that you could have given them more, as in like if they're being rude to you, they kind of wish that you would have been rude to them back so that they can justify it. But they realize deep down that they could not justify what they did to you. They just know that they're a bad person, you're a good person, and it just makes them feel worse about themselves, but they don't really plan on changing their personality. That's why they're just stuck in these same lessons, because they just refuse to learn, and it's just become a home to them. No place like home. It's just become so stable to them to just be in suffering because they don't know how to treat people. They have like a broken inner child, and they just never really grew out of it, never really learned from it, never really learned from what they put you through, and they just kind of wish that you gave them back like what they did to you, so that they could justify their actions, so that they'd feel like they could play the victim and that they're not the one in the wrong. But the truth is, they see you still as a very classy, intelligent, emotionally mature and fair, good person, and there's nothing they can do about it. So they're just gonna be suffering for like their whole life until they learn how to treat people and, you know, make things right. So that's just how they're feeling. That's what they're going through, how they're viewing you, and what they'd say to you. So I'm gonna move on to pile number 2. So for those of you who picked pile 2, which is the clearless nail polish, let's find out how your bully views you, what they're going through, and what they say to you. Okay, so from the traditional chart we have 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the Moon. And from the Wisdom Oracle deck we have Unfinished Symphony, which is number 10, which is basically 1. And we have Message in a Bottle, which is 15, which is basically 6. And then we have, from the Simple Oracle deck, is Rebel, and which is 30, which is basically 3. What your bully is feeling, how they're viewing you, is they're viewing you as somebody who's getting a lot of abundance in your life. You're destined for legacy, success, and they're seeing you like doing good things for yourself, and you're secured, you're stable, you're happy. You have everything that they wish that they had. But you're also mysterious and spiritual. I don't know how they know this. Oops. I don't know how they know this, but they get a sense that you're very mysterious and just different to the norm. Like they probably must have bullied you because you were so different. And they're starting to realize, like, this person's strange. They view you as very strange, yet successful, stable. It's like they look up to you, they admire you, but at the same time, they're kind of a bit jealous, and they kind of feel like you're weird. And they're just thinking, like, what a weirdo, you know? Like, they don't even feel guilty. They just feel like this person was weird, but they're doing good things in their life, and it kind of brings a sense of jealousy. But they feel like they want to come into your life and apologize because they feel like, not because they feel bad, but because they feel like there's unfinished business. They feel like it's something that's been on their mind, on their conscious, not recently, but that's something that's been subconsciously in their mind. They may not even realize this consciously. They just want a fresh new start. They feel kind of guilty, but not that guilty. Like guilty enough for it to be in their subconscious, but not guilty enough to like apologize or make things right. It's just something they think about from time to time, or they thought about in the past. But yeah, they're going through some issues in their life, similar to Part 1, Unfinished Symphony. They feel like there is some closure, there is something that needs to be fixed, but they just can't really pin down what it is. There's some deep subconscious issues that need to be balanced, and there isn't. They feel like an imbalance in their soul, in their chakras, in their, energy, and they don't know what it is. They feel like there needs to be closure. There needs to be some sort of like, some wrongs need to be made right, but they don't really know what it is. They don't realize that it's how they treated you and how they may have treated others. They just feel like there's something in them that they need to fix, and there's something they need to like make right, but they're not going to, because we have rebel. Like they feel like they know that the right thing to do is to make things right, but they're just going to rebel and to just not make it right and just live their life and just continue on, you know? They also feel like when they did bully you, it was like because they were going through a phase of like being naughty, being a rebel, like it wasn't done out of malice. Well, it is malice, but to them, they feel like, no, I was just a bad boy / bad girl at the time. I was just a bad person and I just wanted to be bad because that was just the cool thing to do. It was cool to bully people who are weird because they see you as weird, but they also see you as successful. And they feel like that's just what people do when they're young. They're just bad and they just feel like it was a phase. But they don't realize this. They don't think about this consciously. This is subconsciously because they feel imbalanced beneath the surface. They feel like there needs to be a wrong made right, but they just don't know what it is. But that's what I'm getting. They just feel like they just justified their actions by saying I was going through a phase and you're weird, but they're seeing you successful though, so they kind of regret it. I'm going to move on to pile 3. So for those of you who picked pile 3, you picked the glitter nail polish. Let's see how your bully views you, what they'd say to you, what they're going through. Okay, so from the traditional can't speak. From the traditional tarot, we have the Magician, and we have the Death card. So 2 major arcanas. They're seeing you as somebody who's very powerful, maybe even psychic, magic, just strange, just different, unconventional. They're seeing you as someone who can manifest anything into their life, and you've changed. You've gone through a big transformation. They also see you. I'm getting the word glow up. Maybe they found you ugly before, and they're kind of thinking, "Wow, this person's like they've glowed up now. Like look at them, they look amazing now." That's probably what's going through their mind. But they're seeing you've changed a lot from when they used to bully you. You're someone who's like now like. You're like really strong now, and like you're very like beautiful and intelligent and mystical and just different. They're seeing you create big things in their life, and I feel like some of them even want to come back into your life just to be a part of you because they're seeing you as cool now. They're feeling like, wow, this person's cool. They weren't cool before, but now they're so cool. It's like now that you've stepped into your power, it's now they want to come back into your life. Or they want to be your friend, or they just want to like, you know, I feel like this person doesn't feel guilty about what they do. They just kind of feel like you're cool now, so they just want to be part of this cool kind of clique. They feel like you're very like beautiful, you've glowed up, you're no longer, you're not the same kid that they bullied before. You're not the same kid that they could take for a ride, and you're strong and you're powerful. And even if you don't feel this way, this is the way they feel. But what they're going through is a period of like, I feel like they're going through some new starts in their life. They're trying to be open-minded, flexible, because maybe before they kind of felt like, maybe I shouldn't have been harsh. They're trying to change some behaviors, and they're trying to be open and realize that, you know what, not everybody has to be like society. Not everybody has to conform. Not everybody has to be conventional. It's okay for people to be different, and they're seeing you as different. They realize that, why did I bully this kid? This kid is, why did I bully this person? This person's so beautiful, so strong, so powerful, and maybe it was me that was the issue. That's what they're thinking. Maybe I was the issue, But they're also thinking like there's a lot of issues or things that they're going through in their life, and they're thinking, why am I going through this? Or why did I do this to that person? They're questioning themselves, thinking, why was I such an arsehole when I was younger? They're thinking, why was I such a horrible person when I was young? That's what they're going through. And they're starting to be more open-minded and see things from not just your perspective, but anyone who they've treated badly's perspective. And they're starting to see, like, maybe they were the one in the wrong. Maybe they were the toxic one. And they're just questioning why that they used to act like that, But what they want you to know is that they want to know that, like, yeah, I'm just trying to create big things in my life, because I feel like they feel inspired by you, believe it or not. They may not even speak to you. You may even not even know that they talk to you, but they probably stalk you on social media and just think, I want to do that now. Maybe there was something about you that inspired them, and they kind of felt like, oh, they had to blend in with the crowd, but you were just willing to be this magician. Like, no, I'm going to step out the crowd. I don't want to be like anybody else. I'm different. I'm going through a change, honey. And then they maybe felt really inspired by that. So it made them want to change and be unconventional too. But yeah, that's all I'm getting for pile number 3. Let me know if that resonated. Let me know what you want to see next on my channel. Yeah, so thank you so much. Bye.